Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to today's unseen video. We got a few bits to go through, including some big results from tonight's live event shows, because of course King and Queen of the Ring qualifying matches took place today, and so we've got a few other people that have progressed. We've got those results, we've got some footage from those matches as well to take a little look at, but we're going to start with NIGHTBIRDs. Nothing really massive, but we did get this from Joe Gacy, and I really like this tweet because it's simple, but it says so much in my opinion. Now, obviously, people have looked into this and they've found some songs, and they've gone back and found like the history of your name being murds and stuff like that. I personally don't think it's that deep. I don't think this is like a QR code. For me, this is like an old saying. My name's being dragged through the muds. My name is muds. It basically means that people aren't seeing you with the same value that you see yourself. You're being disrespected. Your perception is not what you want it to be, right? And so for me, this is Joe Gacy kind of looking at himself, looking at what he's achieved, looking at how he is valued, and not liking the results, right? Not liking the fact that people aren't treating him with, say, the respect that he feels he deserves. And so Joe Gacy coming out saying, "My name is Muds," strikes me as a moment of real reflection. Strikes me as a moment of him kind of taking stock as to where he is. And of course, that then begs the question, well, what are you going to do about that? And we know that something pretty big is on the way for him. But some people thought that he might actually be saying his new name is going to be Muds. I mean, let's just pray that that's not where we're going, because, and I really don't think it is, but let's just say it is. Then I would start to worry about, like, I'd be getting pretty strong retribution vibes then, you know? We've had a T-bar, we've had a slapjack, we've had a reckoning. I could see a Mud hanging out with that crew, right? So I don't think he's come out and let us know what his new name is going to be. I think it's a little deeper than that, and I think it connects to kind of that old saying that many of us have heard before. So yeah, this was a big talking point today. Right, Grizz Marino said, though the phrase might have earlier origins, since the mid-19th century, it was associated with Dr. Samuel Muds. He was a physician who helped John Wilkes Booth after the assassination of Abraham Lincoln. Dr. Mudd was banished to an island prison in the Gulf of Mexico in the crime. So there we go. That is Grizz Marino looking into the history of people saying their name is Mud, where it originated from. So I thought I would put that in there for you so that you could get that little extra context. So Grizz Marino, shout out to you. Tom says, what if the story Bray wanted to tell us was the story of the people in the cave? Seems like multiple people are screaming for help behind the door of the funhouse. That is true, and I wanted to include this because it is true. We have heard screaming and crying out whenever like that door has been open. Not all the time, but sometimes when that funhouse door was open, we was getting that. Could that be a connection to the cave? Maybe. I mean, I don't know that the people that were looking at the projections in the cave were screaming and crying out for help, to be honest. So I don't know that there's a connection there, but it does make you wonder as to who those people were. And, you know, it does make you think about the fact that it would be good to get an answer to that. I know that Bruce Pritchard came out and sort of confirmed that the funhouse was in Bray's mind. So I don't believe the funhouse to be a physical place. But of course, you do start going down a bit of a rocky road then, because we know that Adam Pearce did make an appearance in the Fun House when he was trying to get Bray to sign that contract. So was that a physical place, or was that still in Bray's mind? You know, it gets a bit messy, to be honest. So I would say that it's a difficult one to know how it connects, but that's something that would be really fun to maybe try and, I don't know, explore for when we actually get this new group up and running. Anything that kind of answers back to the original Funhouse and can give us some answers that we've maybe not had before, or provide some extra context that we've not had before, I think that would be very appreciated and very satisfying. Brady tagging me in this from Bruno. Bruno said, very interesting. Back in 2022, Uncle Howdy reminded us of what Punk did to Bray. The world is built on lies. So when Howdy interrupted Bray, I'm guessing a lot of images came up on screen. One of them is when Bray was Husky Harris and he was being whipped by CM Punk. So clearly Howdy didn't forget that moment. And this kind of, you know, this is where the conversation is. That hooded, veiled person, is it Sister Abigail? Is it the bride, right? I'm probably leaning towards the bride, what with us having seen the bride recently, right? I'm leaning that way at the moment. Why did they replace CM Punk? Of all the people that you could replace, why did they replace CM Punk? Was it just to get closer to Randy? Was that the reason why? Is it really nothing to do with CM Punk? Or is it because CM Punk is going to be a target? So people are looking into that now. I mean, it's well documented as to why Randy would be a target. People are now looking into why would CM Punk be a target. So to actually find that Uncle Howdy included this moment in one of those vignettes, even if it was just very, very brief, is quite an interesting discovery. So, Bruno, shout out to you. So that's it, I think, for the NIGHTBIRD stuff. There's, as we said, not loads today, unfortunately. I wish we did have more, but I think the community killed it, man, with working all of those clues out just in the hours after the QR code dropped. So this is the WWE folder. Here you can see Sean Ross saying, we've confirmed PW Insiders report that Michael Levin is gone from WWE. He was the vice president of international events and general manager of emerging markets for the past 7 years. Now, I don't know why he's gone, right? But maybe it's just because obviously they've brought together like the UFC and the WWE departments. Perhaps they feel like they don't need all of this personnel, right? And so maybe there's a little bit more cost cutting that they can do at their head offices. And again, even more, because Fightful Select have confirmed that Steve Rubin has gone from WWE. He was the senior director TV event relations at WWE. He'd been with the company for 26 years, right? Starting out as a production assistant and then working his way up. I mean, wow. Imagine being at a company for 26 years and then out the blue, you just lose your job. I mean, it's brutal, isn't it? It really is brutal, the business world. So obviously wish those people nothing but the best for the future. Zero news. Now, I don't know. I'm always on the fence with this. I never know whether to include it or not to include it. I really never know, right? But I'm going to include it because this seems very specific. Very specific. So specific that I feel like they must have been told something. This would be one hell of a thing to just make up, right? So here's Zero News saying, here's a small tidbit on this. After the success overseas, WWE wants a title that represents their new focus on European wrestling fans. No word yet on when this will be, but it's being planned. So a title to represent Europe, and obviously we've had one before, the European Championship. That's what it looked like. So, you know, could it be that we bring that back? or I'm guessing it would get a redesign, to be honest. But interesting. It seems like a very specific thing to just come up with. So something to just put on the back burner, and we'll see if anything comes of it. Jordan, thank you. Wrestle Purists saying that there have been conversations between Becky and WWE regarding a new deal. However, as things stand, Becky's contract is up in about 3 weeks and no deal has been signed yet. Right now, this could change at any moment because she's obviously a massive star. They totally want to keep her. I haven't heard anything about there being any desire to part ways, right? So definitely believe that they want her to stay, right? I've no doubt about that. But so that's why I'm saying it could change at any moment. But the latest that I've seen is she still has not signed with about 3 weeks to go. I don't think there's anything to worry about. Genuinely, I think that there's been mistakes in that department, right? Seth re-signed recently, and I think that, you know, she's probably playing a little bit of hardball. Probably, you know, she knows what Sasha Mercedes get in, right? That, I think, has been a game changer in the industry. So if they're going to give that kind of money to Sasha Mercedes, got to think that Becky could go to AEW and command something similar. So I'd imagine this is maybe not the easiest negotiation. So I expect her to sign. It's just, I think WWE are going to have to put maybe a few extra digits on the contract now. Right, here we go. Cody Rhodes saying for all the gold. So again, there's been some doubt on this. I think WWE could have clarified this a lot better. Undisputed champion Cody goes head to head with United States champion Logan in a champion versus champion match. I mean, even that tweet isn't very clear as to whether both belts are being defended, right? They could say winner takes all. It's just two champs going up against each other, champion versus champion. There's not even anything written on the graphic saying, like, you know, undisputed WWE championship and United States championship match. It's just, this is the graphic. Like, it's really wishy-washy. It's really it's like they haven't quite decided yet as to what they're doing. Cody's very clear, though. He said 2 belts, and now he's come out and said for all the golds. So Cody's very, very clear in his mind as to what this situation is. 2 belts, both on the line, winner takes all. So there we go. That was Cody today. Right, King of the Ring updates. LA Knight picked up the win tonight over Santos Escobar, right? This was in Chattanooga, right? To advance in the King of the Ring tournament. Knight now faces Tama Tonga on the next episode of Smackdown, right? So here we've got a cliplet. So shout out to Fade. Let's turn that down a touch. Here, look, you can see LA Knight dropping the elbow on Santos Escobar is who he was battling with. Grabs him, looks for that BFT, connects with it. 1, 2, 3, and it is LA Knight that picks up the victory with a BFT in Chattanooga to advance in the next rounds of the King of the Ring tournament. So not much doubt on that one, to be honest. I felt pretty good that LA Knight would be the person that was going to progress, but there is confirmation and even a little clip of the end of the match. Here we've got, this is only a minute long, but it's quite fun, right? So they do almost break into that my neck, my back. They almost go into that song. I think Bianca suddenly remembers the rest of the lyrics, right? There's a great moment here, though, where they remember or work out that they could be on a collision course in Queen of the Ring. So let's play this. I think it's really fun. And you'll see the moment that Bianca finally realizes that a collision is possible.
Damn, girl. We're gonna push through. Okay, it's all right. Push through. You know my back. Your back. My neck and my back. My neck. I forgot. Okay. Anyway, Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill here. We pulled out 2 dubs tonight. King of the Ring tournament, 2 tag team champions. What else would you expect? And we're going on to the next round, and we're gonna keep pushing through, like we always do. Like we always do. Keep pushing through. You already know. That's what we do. But. What? If you win, which I am, and of course I'm winning. Duh. Oh! That's gonna be fun. Great. But we ain't gonna talk about it right now. No. We're gonna enjoy this dub. It's bye. I'm just bye forever. Bye forever. They don't want it to be great. We're gonna talk about that right now. I'm gonna hold my back.
So there we go. They didn't want to talk about it right now. I do like that moment where it's like, I think Bianca said, that's going to be fun. That'll be fun. So, you know, she's putting that positive spin on it. But, yeah, I mean, to be honest, I don't know what the plan is. Are we going to do those finals of Raw, finals of SmackDown? Are we doing those on the Premium Live event? Or is it just the grand finals that are going to be on the Premium Live events? I'd imagine it's probably just the grand finals, right? It's probably just the final itself. Because then that would mean that Jade Bianca would be on SmackDown. Like, that is not gonna... I mean, that's a massive match. That's an absolutely massive match. And so for it to just take place on a SmackDown is pretty wild. I mean, a lot of people thought that was going to be this year's WrestleMania match. So it's pretty crazy if we're just going to get it on a SmackDown, you know? So, I don't know, man. We'll have to see. I'm guessing, as we said, it'll just be the grand final. The winner of the Raw side, the winner of the SmackDown side, they'll face it King and Queen of the Ring. So... yeah, I think it's looking good that we could get Bianca Jade, but I wonder if there will be just an upset somewhere so that they can save the match. Because it's such a big match. It's pretty wild to just do it on SmackDown. I'm wondering if like there'll be some outside interference, there'll be some cheating, there'll just be something that just means that we don't end up with Bianca versus Jade. It seems like the no-brainer, doesn't it? It seems like the match that we're definitely going to be getting until you think, well, are they really going to do that on SmackDown? I mean, it'd be good for ratings, I suppose. You know, it's a match people really want to see. Put it as the main event, you know. It's an interesting... what do you think? Do you think they'll do it? Do you think they'll do it? Be a big match. Be a real big match. But hey, maybe that's what SmackDown needs, you know? Got to get them ratings. And it's a match that I would love to see. I think what we might do is we might have a look at the bracket tomorrow or Monday. Maybe Monday once we've actually got through yesterday's live shows. And then we'll try and have a little look at it and see, you know, is it going to be Jade against Bianca? Maybe Nia Jax gets past Jade. Perhaps like there's a bit of outside interference or some a bit of cheating. It ends up being Bianca Nia Jax instead. Well, that's we'll worry about that at a different point because we need to have a look at this. Look, Tiffany has defeated Michin, right? So let's have a look at this. 1-3. So here, look, there is Michin about to put Tiffany away, but Tiffany drives her into the corner. She's got her up looking for an Alabama slam, is she? Boom, and gets it. 1, 2, 3. Picks up the win with an Alabama slam. That was quite unexpected. I thought she was going to hit like the prettiest moonsault or something. Alabama slam gets the victory, and it now means that Bianca versus Tiffany is set for SmackDown. So as I said, do we end up with Bianca versus Jade, right? That would feel like the match, wouldn't it? Or do we do Bianca Nia Jax? Or do we end up doing Tiffany versus Jade? Maybe that could be like the next round instead. Or maybe we get Tiffany Nia Jax. I think of all the options on the table right now, Tiffany versus Nia Jax being the women's final for SmackDown doesn't feel like the match we're getting. So yeah, I don't know, it's good, man. I really love it. It's a great little tournament, this. I'm having a lot of fun with it. So we've done NIGHTBIRD, we've done WWE. If we go over to community, look at this. A big shout out to Missy, right? She said that she brought the toy hunt. So we dropped a toy hunt on the channel earlier today, and a big thank you to everyone that checked that out. I don't think I've done a toy hunt this year, and the last one was last year. So it was great to get back doing one. And I went to Longwoods, and it was brilliant. Really, really brilliant. I had such a great time over there. Went to this place, loads of figures. If you saw the video, hopefully you enjoyed it. Well, Missy actually got in touch with Matt Morgan, right, who is now the current mayor of Longwoods, and told him about the toy hunt video. So this is on YouTube, so unfortunately if we play it, we might run the risk of copyright, right? But what I can do is if I play that, pause that, skip there, go to about the 30... There we go. Boom. Here's Missy, look, talking about the toy hunt and talking about the store I went to. And Matt Morgan actually says that he goes in there and it's brilliant. He completely agrees. It's an amazing shop. It's where he gets his comic books from. Those kind of places are dying out, and it's a real shame to see. He said it's so impressive as you're driving past. You got all the superheroes on the outside. It's so cool. He was like, it's like a kid's. He was so excited talking about it. It was so brilliant to watch. I absolutely loved it, man. It was a brilliant clip. So a massive shout out to Matt Morgan. Massive shout out to Missy as well. I mean, brilliant, just brilliant. A bit of positivity in the wrestling world, eh? It can be done. It can be done. So Missy, a big shout out to you and a big, big thank you as well. That was really cool. Really cool. Right, let's go down and have a look, shall we, in the fun folder. This just made me laugh. So here, look, in only 12 career matches, Logan Paul is about to challenge for the WWE Championship, right? That alone is pretty funny. But then you read that it's for the second time. He, on average, is competing for the WWE Championship every 6 matches, right? He's had 12 matches, and he's about to compete for the WWE Championship for the second time. I mean, it's insane, isn't it? It's just insane. Zoey Stark said, how is it when I walk my dog, I always end up carrying her home? Now, I don't have this problem because our dog's like 40 kg. She's an absolute lump, right? The biggest, fattest dog in the world. There is no carrying her home for me. I can just about pick her up, right? Take a few steps, and then I'm like, oh, forget this. Right? And then I have to put her back down again. So there's no carrying her home. So it was just kind of fun to me because I read that and I was like, man, if Kia knew that she could get away with that, she would totally get away with that. She loves going for walks. She's really like excited. And then when you're on the actual walk, at some point she'll turn around and start walking home, right? She'll kind of just give up. And so if she knew that she could just like lay down and I'd pick her up and carry her back, she would totally go for that option. And I'm sure many of your dogs are the same. Look at this from Brooks Jensen. He's got a few beers. Look, he's had 3 beers. Right, I don't know what's with leaving this bottom bit. I don't know what this is about, Brooks. Yeah, you need to sort that out, right? I don't know what this is. Right? You drink it all. And then you've got like this here. So he's had like 3.5 beers. And he's got this, should I stay or should I go? Should I stay or should I go? I don't know what it is, man. When you've had like three beers or so, leaving the pub is just like mission impossible. I don't know why, but like, I'm all right. I can go after a beer. That's not a problem. Maybe 2 beers. That's fine. I can go after that point. Like, I've had a couple of beers. Yep. All right, let's go. Something about 3.5. It's something about this period here where you've had a good drink. Maybe, you know, you're starting to feel that buzz now. Maybe that's it. You're starting to feel that buzz, and all of a sudden, going does not seem like the right thing to do. So at this point, should I stay or should I go? I think the staying is where I am now. At this point, I think I'm locked in for a good night. right? There ain't no going at this point. So I love that. It's a real glimpse into what Brooks Jensen is going through at the moment as of 6 hours ago. So there we go. Look at Nia. So Nia obviously reacting to Naomi. Naomi crossing Nia off the bloodline family tree yesterday. Nia said she's stank. So Nia just throwing some shade back at Naomi. So there we go. So I do like this. Fun little feud, actually. It's a feud I never knew I needed, but it could be absolutely brilliant. I'm totally down for this being something a bit more long-term. Oh, look at this as well. Giulia taking on a sumo wrestler, right? This is such a fun clip. This is Giulia and a sumo wrestler. Boom. She does well. Look at that. Go on, Giulia. Go on, So, Dark actually said she actually lasted longer than most of the male bodybuilders. So she actually did a slightly better job. So, fair play, man. I'm guessing the guy wasn't really going for it. I mean, you can see he's not really. he's just sort of like nonchalantly walking forwards. But still, considering she's going to be making her way to NXT, this is a pretty fun clip. So, there we go, Giulia. Right, this is Michin reacting to the fact that she lost tonight to Tiffany Stratton. Blah, 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 blah. So, there we go. Look, Tiffany Stratton has defeated Mia Yim, advancing in the WWE King and Queen of the Ring tournament. WWE Chattanooga. So, not happy. Let's put it that way. Not happy. Here's Noam Dar. So, Jeffrey said, Noam Dar promised that I could get a selfie if I didn't clap for Ariana Grace. He honored it. Thank you. So this was at an NXT show, and there we go. There's Noam Dar saying I'm a man of my word. So this dude agreed to not clap for Ariana Grace if he could get the selfie, and there's the selfie. It's a great picture as well. Really great picture. So love that. So much fun can be had at those like NXT live events. So yeah, really cool. Oh, God, there's loads here. Look at this. So here, look, we've got the Tonga Twins. Obviously, a lot of controversy around them. They have left WOW, right? Women of Wrestling, saying that you're going to find out why, right? Hinting that there's drama going on there. They're kind of insinuating that if you speak out about some of the stuff that's going on, then you get booted. Right, so there's some real drama. But here, look, they're just saying, trained on how to deal with people inside and outside of the ring by the best people. So there they are, look, with the blood. You can see Rikishi in the middle. There they are with the, like, you know, some of the bloodline. And, you know, I was looking at these going, wow, could you imagine them in WWE? I mean, I'm not the only one that's thought that. I think the majority of the wrestling world has thought that. Could you imagine these two coming in? I actually haven't seen their work, but the look looks fantastic. So, you know, get them into the PC and, you know, do whatever it is we need to do. Work that magic, do some cooking, put them with Shawn Michaels for a little bit. You know, you could have one hell of a women's tag team. You could have like a female Usos. So I don't know that it's going to go that way. I don't know their work, as I said, but I don't know, man. They're free agents now. WWE's got to have at least had a look at them. Let's put it that way. Right, Dark saying the nephew of Dynamite Kid Tom Billington made his AEW debut tonight. He looks just like his uncle. So there we go. Dynamite Kid Tommy Billington made his debut tonight on AEW. That's really cool. That is really cool. I would love to see him work, man. So I didn't catch AEW tonight. I didn't even know that the Dynamite Kid's nephew was going to be on. But that feels like something quite significant. So, yeah, he looks great as well. So, yeah, very cool. Right, Wrestling World CC says that Cody shared an old story of his memories from Chattanooga, right? So, sold out in Chattanooga, and I got a fun little story. When I was about 8 years old, my dad brought me to this arena for WCW. During a Brad Armstrong match, I got so excited, I fell down the yellow steps you can see in the picture. I think, is he talking about like up here in this yellow section? These yellow steps, right? I got excited, I fell down the yellow steps you can see in the picture, and I cut my eye open. I had to go backstage where the training room is still and get stitched up by the local EMT. One of my favorite buildings, filled with so many memories. So there we go, Cody sharing some thoughts ahead of tonight's live event. Yeah, this is nice. So Wendy Choo returned, right? So we know she was being teased on NXT the other day, but here she is having a match with Ren Sinclair on NXT Level Up, and the crowd were like, welcome back, and like cheering away. And Wendy said this crowd was so incredible, I was holding back my tears behind that big smile. Truly a moment I will never forget. It feels great to be back. So here, if we take the sound down. So here's Wendy Choo. You can see she's got the brace on her knee. Big smile on her face as she rolls into the ring. And the crowd were giving her, look at that, beaming. Absolutely beaming. So she's really pleased. She's been gone for a long time, man. Been gone for a long time. So, yeah, NXT Level Up. Wendy Choo against Ren Sinclair. And they've already teased Wendy's return to NXT. Right, a random fan jumped in the ring and was immediately dealt with tonight on Collision. So let's take the sounds out. Boom, look at this guy. Jumps in the ring and the security are straight in and straight on him. Now, we don't normally look at AEW stuff, right? But, I don't know, there's always something so interesting about when a fan jumps in the ring, because it's such a massive no-no. Obviously, you know, you don't know what the fan's going to do. But look at that. They deal with it straight. Look at that guy, man. Look at that security guard in black. He just bundles into him. This guy here, boom, charges in. Down they go. He takes him and the ref. They both kind of just go in that direction. Good work, man. Real good work. I actually don't know the wrestler that was... He wasn't even in the ring. The wrestler was on the outside. The wrestler was standing on the barricades. So this fan got in the ring. There was no one in the ring. But he still got dealt with anyway. Because you can see the wrestler jumping down and he's on the outside. So there we go. That was fan footage. Carlo, shout out to you. And this was tagged by Ryder. Shout out to you, man. I wouldn't have seen that otherwise, so appreciate it. Fightful said Undertaker thought he'd have some gas in the tank for some opponents after the AJ Styles match, but didn't have anybody in mind. So he thought he might be able to do a little bit more, but I think as he was kind of going through it, I think he started to realize that, nah, this might be it for my body. So maybe if there was some other opponents that he really wanted to work with, then maybe he could have found a way of like, you know, I really want that match. But I don't think there was anyone that he was like really desperate to work with. So it's done, innit? I mean, I don't know that he comes back. I don't think that he comes back. I think, you know, I don't know that anyone is there trying to convince him. You know, Triple H is the booker, and I think Triple H knows the importance of walking away at the right time, not ruining legacies. And I don't know that Triple H is trying to twist Undertaker's arm, kind of like how, say, Vince may have in the past. I don't think Undertaker's doing that. I don't think Nick Khan's really doing that. I think the only person that's going to bring Undertaker back will be Undertaker, to be honest. And I can't see it happening now. I mean, we're like, you know, over 4 years since the Boneyard match. So I wouldn't get too excited about this. Although I would love a cinematic match between him and Sting if we could do that. If we could do a cinematic match between him and Sting, which Undertaker has said is so grueling. He says, like, when you're wrestling and your body's warm, like you're going through the motions, you're doing it basically. You're taking bumps and you might be picking up injuries, whatever, but you're getting through it, right? With this, it's stop, start, stop, start. It's cold. Your body's like not at a good temperature. And, he said it was really challenging, actually. I thought doing a cinematic match would be easier for him, but the way that he's described it is that it's not easier to do a cinematic match. So I don't even think we can hope for one of them, unfortunately. Here's AJ Lee as El Dorado in Heels. This got over 139,000 views. Anything to do with AJ Lee is going to get people talking. People love AJ Lee, and understandably so, and they want to see her return. So here she is in wrestling gear, in a wrestling ring, having a wrestling match on a TV show. So disappointing, but one day, maybe. Fade said Cody Rhodes was acting like the rent was due when he was in Arrow, right? Cody responded by saying technically it was. Special highlight for me was during season 5 appearance. I snuck away from Vancouver without telling production for an indie show where I wrestled Dijak. I was just praying that I didn't get bruised or a black eye. That would have really ruined continuity if he'd have picked up an injury in that match. So another fun little story. It's like story time with Cody tonight, isn't it? A couple of fun Cody stories today. Right, look at this. Undertaker and his dad, Frank Calloway. So that's Undertaker's dad. All in red like Eva Marie. Crazy, man. Crazy. I in my mind, Undertaker's dad was going to be quite, like, I don't know, like Braun Strowman. He was going to be like a big guy as well. Like, I'm surprised to see that his dad is on the smaller side, or at least on the smaller side compared to his son, right? The Undertaker. So, what an amazing picture. What an amazing picture. Undertaker and his dad, Frank Calloway. Never seen that picture before. Never. Look, Buckley went over to hug Randy after he won at UFC St Louis. So at UFC St Louis, which was tonight, of course. So he wins. He spots Randy. He goes running out the cage, right? Starts running round. Randy sees that he's heading towards him, and they embrace. Look at this. They embrace there. Look, lovely moment where he's embracing him, and they have a little chat and whatever. And share a few words, and he walks off. So there we go. Look at his face. He's beaming, man. Having just won like an MMA fight, he goes running out so he can give Randy Orton a hug. That was tonight at UFC. Very cool. So there we go. And there is the 14-time. Will that go up soon? Hopefully. 14-time WWE champion, a Missouri native, Randy Orton. Great picture as well. Great image. Him sat in the crowd watching. He's so big and jacked at the moment, Randy. He's in the shape of his life, man. He really is. He looks absolutely incredible. So, and there we go. That was it for Unseen. So, a few little bits with Nightbirds. A few fun little things in there. Obviously, the progression of Tiffany and LA Knight in the tournament. That's a big talking point today. And we've got another couple of matches tomorrow. So that'll be another talking point tomorrow. And we will have another Unseen for you tomorrow as well. So thanks a lot for watching. Appreciate the support as always. And I will see you again next time. Bye for now.